In this video, I'm going to show you how I built a stone sled. It's a simple device for moving large objects around the property. I have a lot of stone on the property, and I like moving them around into my gardens. Problem is I have a 6-acre property, and sometimes the stone I want is way out the back, and I have to have some way to move it up front. If I can lift it, I'll put it into a cart with my riding lawnmower, but if I can't lift that rock, I still need some way to move it. And this has turned out to be a pretty good solution. Let me show you how I built it. Now I can roll this piece of wood around, so it wasn't too hard to get it on the sled, but I certainly couldn't pick it up and put it in a wheelbarrow. I started by making some runners, and these are just 2x4s. And in the front here, I shaped it a bit. You don't have to be round. I just used a regular saw to cut straight lines here and another one here. And then I got some scrap wood off a skid. This is a good hardwood, and I just put a couple pieces here. I used 2x4s on the end so I could put 2 nails in. That keeps this from wobbling. And then I just use smaller pieces in the middle. Just use whatever scrap wood you have. Make sure they stick over the runners. Mine are about 2 inches over the edge. This allows you to tie the rope around. I then made a couple holes up here and just put some string on it. And that's it. It only took me about a half hour to make this, and it works pretty well. Goes fairly well along grass and doesn't seem to damage the grass. Up here I have a flagstone pathway, and it actually ran really nicely on that, even though that's not very flat. Out in the back 40s, it's mostly dirt on the pathways, and they slid pretty well on there too. Uphill is a little harder, so I did have to bring this piece of wood up a slope that was about a 30-degree slope, and the soil is wet at this time of year, but I was able to pull that. Once the bottom of these runners get worn down a little bit and get a bit dirty and muddy, they'll slide even a little better. Now, if I was going to make another one, I think I would have put this front wood a little farther back, so I would have put it here instead of right at the tip. The way I put this string in, it kind of comes up like this when I pull it. So there's a bit of tension on here, but that works okay. This design is very solid, and I don't think these rungs will break. If I was worried about these, I could put a piece of plywood on top. That will help distribute the weight a little more, but I don't think it's necessary. Once you have the load on the sled, then get a second piece of rope, put a loop on the end, and use that to tie down whatever you have on the sled. This will keep it from moving. Then simply tie a trucker's hitch on this end. Trucker's hitch will allow you to tighten the rope really easily and give you a good knot. Now you're ready to go and move it. It's a fun little project, and if you have to haul big rocks and logs around your property, this works really well.